Alright, after fiddling around with this friggin' app and camera and everything for like 15 minutes, because for some reason now, all of a sudden, my phone doesn't want to display when I'm filming at 60 frames per second. It can only do 30 frames if I want to be able to see myself in what I'm showing you. So I'm sitting on my bed, okay? I'm sitting here. I'm probably going to be looking down here a lot because it's right in my face. I'm sitting in my bed because I wanted a different atmosphere instead of my broken, disgusting wall. Although this wall's not any better because this is a really ugly yellow. I see what you mean, Mikey, when you say baby yellow, pastel yellow is ugh. And I never really hated it until you pointed out that baby yellow is a disgusting color. And yes, now I see it. It's gross. I was watching James Charles last night. I mean, I was watching a bunch of other people too. But I was watching James to catch up on some videos. And I finally watched his cooking one that he did. Some makeovers that he's done on Addison Rae and Adam / Rosa. On Charlie. Like, I was just catching up on all this stuff, and I was laughing because it was actually kind of funny, and it got me wanting to play around with his original palette. Now, I'm sorry, James. I'm not ever going to get the mini, okay? I'm not going to get the mini. I like the big one. I don't need the mirror. I do like the big one. I like the pan sizes in these better. I should probably get a new one because if you can see, it's kind of taken a beating there. So I'll probably order another one when it gets on sale again. Unless it already is still on sale, in which case... But I thought I would just, dip into these, play around with some looks, test out my stuff, because I was also watching some old videos of my own. As narcissistic as that sounds, I wanted to see kind of how far I've come in this beauty community. And judging from my past couple videos, I've come a really long way. Going from my most recent ones to back when I first started with Kira and having my ex's cousin do my makeup and just all that stuff. So I will be probably recreating previous videos on this channel as well for some Makeup Mondays. Just because I want to do a before and after, before I was good and after I've had some practice. Not to say that I'm good now. I know there's always room for improvement, but I'm nowhere near as trash as I was back in those days. So I've got my palette there. I've got my big case of goodies here. I've got all of my brushes freshly cleaned. Yes, I've got clean brushes now. Again, thank you, Mikey, for telling me about that alcohol trick. So they're all sanitized too. I've already put some lip balm on my lips to moisturize them. And I do need to add this. This is that Super Hydrate e.l.f. primer there. See? Yep. Okay, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna put my hair up. I've got what's left of my Powerade, and update from the last video that I did with Kira. This bitch, the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. I went to try and use it again, still wasn't working. So I got on the phone, started calling to Sephora to be like, faulty product. And as I was on the phone waiting, I'm pumping, it started to come out. Of course, when I call to say that there's a defect, it comes out. So I will be trying that in this video as well. Yeah, we're just gonna have a grand old time and just chat. And yeah, what I do need to do though is wet this, because that I forgot to do. So I'm gonna close that up. I will be right back, and stay tuned. It's my gonna put my hair up. red is still so vibrant, and I'm so loving it still. I'm happy to be a redhead again. It's really like red hair. Okay, so I'm going to take these off now so I can actually... Oh, get off. This feels great still, but I still hate how it looks. I don't like that it's clear like that. It's creepy, but it's refreshing still, and I still use it, and it feels grand. Okay? Feels grand. First things first, I'm going to go in with the Milk Hydro Grip Primer and just put that all over my... Actually, before that, I'm actually going to go back in because I really want to test this out again. Can you get out, please?
Get out.
So I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. Prep and Blur Stick like before. It looks like that. Wonderful. And this is just going to go right into my T-zone. So it's just like here, down my nose, right here and here and across. And then the Milk Hydro Grip is going to go everywhere else. So that's that. And then I'm actually just going to rub that in a bit. Oh God. What's happening? Oh God. That's what I get for not shaving beforehand. Now I'm going to go in with the Hydro Grip Primer. Yeah, you're coming out, bitch. And this is pretty much just going to go kind of everywhere else, but also a little bit on top of that because a bitch is dry. Ooh, look at that. Do you see that? Ugh. Yeah, okay. All right. I feel prepped and primed. Now I'm going to go in with my e.l.f. Flawless Foundation in shade Vanilla. And we're just going to put that onto my beauty blender here. Excuse you. Thanks. I'm going to actually do what James does. He usually puts it on his hand here. And then he dips into it. Just like that. Don't forget to get your ears, because your ears are part of your body too. Gotta get both ears. Then get you down your neck, because that's part of your body, and you don't want your face to like be a different color than your neck, although I feel like mine is because I'm pretty sure I used all of the product that was on my hand on my face. So I barely have anything on my neck, but that's okay because this is more going to just be focused. It's not like I'm going out like this. So once you've got that all blended in, you're going to keep this aside. You're going to pack up your foundation because we don't need her anymore. And I'm going to go in with a mixture of NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop in the shade Pale. And the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer. And this is in the shade Light Peach. So I'm going to just kind of layer on the light peach. Like I'm just going to go like down and across. I'm just going to do that. Squiggly here. A little bit there. There, like that. And then we're going to go in with the NYX brand one. And just kind of a couple dabs within where I've already put this stuff. Just to make it a little bit more brightening. A little bit more extra, if you will. And then we bounce. I look crazy. My arm is getting tired. How do you women do this all the time? And men. I shouldn't just say women, because men wear makeup too. AKA James Charles, Gabriel Zamora, Jeffree Star, Manny MUA. I know there's more, but they're not coming to me right now, so I'm sorry. Also, not that you know, he's ever going to see this. It would be wonderful if he did. But James, you, because you're doing this whole TikTok beauty rejuvenation kind of type of series right now on your channel, you know, you have Charlie, you did Adam, you did Addison. I think you need to get one of the boys in there from the Hype House. Chase, Tony, Andreas. Pick one. I think it would be hilarious to see, like, Tony or Andreas in full drag getup. Do it. I'm waiting for that right now. Concealer's all done. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab my Ciate London Everyday Vacay Coconut Setting Powder, which I could just sniff and just... I won't, because ew. But it's so good. So I'm just going to tap out any of the little wrinklies or anything that have just developed. Tap into there. And just pat it in. Tap over on this side. And I'm just going to smooth these out again. Neat. And then I'm just going to get a nice fluffy powdery brush. So I'm going to go in with the... You need to move. Going with the JS2 brush by Jeffree Star and Morphe. I'm just going to dip into that coconut setting powder as well. Tap off a little bit. And then this is just going to be used to set kind of the rest of the face. So you're just going to basically just dab it, coat it, tap off excess, and then just like tap it on you haphazardly just to set everything into place where it needs to be. Now I've gotten into this groove. I'm kind of, honestly, I'm not afraid, but nervous to try a different method of going about things. Because I know a lot of people like to start on the eyes first and then they work their way around the eyes. I'm very much traditional. You sit down your base and you do everything else. But I do want to try starting off that way. But I don't know. I'm nervous about it. Okay, so I'm going to go back in with the e.l.f. contour palette here. Last time I ended up using this shade right here. That was a mistake because that was way too dark. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with this shade as my contour and then bronze it out with this because I really, really enjoyed that one. So this is an E48 brush. What's an E48 brush? I don't know what an E48 brush is. I'm sorry. Give me a minute. I'm going to look it up. Use it for blush, contour, or highlighting. Perfect. So I'm just going to dab into this shade right here. You know what? I'm going to just take a little bit of that darker one. Just really like sculpt it in there. But not a whole lot because I don't want it to look like mud like it did before. Oh, that sounded like it broke something. I did! No! I just broke the little clip. Oh well. And then a little bit of the dark just to chisel it. I need my nose contour, which is right in front of me, so that's beautiful. We're just going to go in with the E62 brush by Morphe. Same shade. And we're just going to stroke it down the nose. Stroke it down the nose. Okay? Stroke it. Oh, I just killed a thing. Always. There's always one palette that I always kill. I think that looks pretty decent. Sure. Okay. It worked. It worked. Now I'm going to go in with this bronzer brush. I don't really know what kind of a brush this is, but it kind of looks like a little fluffy cloud. See that? And I'm going to dip into my, I think it was called Perpetually Tan. e.l.f. bronzer with infused primer. We're just gonna swirl it around in there, tap a bit, bunch of times, and then we're just gonna tap it on because we don't want it to be too freaking intense. We're just gonna tap it onto the nose a little bit too, and then just get a little bit more. Tap, 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 tap. Just tap it around the frame of your forehead here. first. Back is killing me now from sitting like this. So you're just going to tap it into the frame of the forehead. Just until about your temples where your eyebrows kind of meet on both sides. Because you still want that highlighting area. And then you're just going to swirl it kind of into your hairline to make it look a little more natural. Really just blend out that bronze area that you just did on your cheeks. Buff out that part that you did on the nose, just along the sides there. Just to give you that nice little tan. And then just add a little dust more. And just under your jawline. I mean, to me it looks okay. Maybe the cheeks are a little harsh, so I might go back in with a bit of powder. Yeah, so I'm just gonna go in with a little bit of powder. And we're just gonna go over, because the nose seems fine. It's just the cheeks that are a little intense there. So there we go. There, that lightened it, which is good. There, what do we think? So far so good? I think so. I think so. Okay, now, puff. Oh, there's more puffies on me. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with the Morphe E4 brush, which looks like that. And I'm just gonna dip into my Wander Beauty blushing contour bronzer. Wow. Blush and bronzer trip for two duo. And I'm going to go into shade Bellini because this is a really nice blush. Just tap it off and you do a stipple, 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 sweep, 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 sweep. Stipple, 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 sweep, 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 sweep. And then just swirl it. Swirl it up so that way it kind of blends with the contour as well. That looks so crazy. And in person, I can promise you it's not. What's happening? Why does it look so saturated on the camera? Because it's not that saturated in person. It's like really nice. It's like subtle. And this is not a necessary thing, but if you want to do it, you can just brush it along your nose there. Just kind of give you that flushed out nose look. I think it's a cute thing. There's the blush all done. Okay, next I'm going to go in with the Morphe M501 brush, which is a little highlighter blush. Highlighter brush. I'm going to dip into the Jeffree Star Ice Cold. There's a hair stuck in my throat. Just going to swirly swirl, tappy tap, and just right there. She glowing. Oh, bitch, she glowing. This is still one of my absolute favorites. For sure. Mind you, it was also the very first one that I got. Is it as blinding as all of his others? No. Is it a classic? Abso-freaking-lutely. Alright, we're gonna just down the nose. You see that glow? Can you see that? That is everything. Everything. What I am gonna do though is just for a little added I'm gonna go in with the shade Money Honey here, which is like a goldish greeny tone. Just a slight dippy dab of it, and then I'm just gonna brush it right on top. And that's it for the highlighter. Okay, so I will be back in a minute with my eyebrows all done. I will be doing those off camera. I will be using the Tattoo Studio by Maybelline in a brown pomade, shade medium brown, 376. It looks like that. Actually, here, I'll open it up for you to see. It looks like that. So with that, I'm just going to be going in. I'll be going in with a JS7 brush, which is this angled brush here with a little spoolie at the end. So I'm going to go in with that, and then I'm just going to set it in place with a Rimmel London Brow Shake Filling Powder. This is in shade, doesn't say. So, I'll be doing these off camera, and I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Yes. I'm out of practice with doing eyebrows. I used to actually do them quite a bit once I started getting this stuff, and I got really good at them. And now, well, you see them. This one is like, the arch is everything. But like, this one looks like a sad Nike symbol. Okay, we're just gonna ignore that. And we're just gonna move on. Because I'm living my best 2017 James eyebrow life right now. Okay, sorry, sister. We're gonna dive in to the James Charles palette. I have no idea what kind of a look I'm going to make, but we're going to do it. I mean, I'm wearing blue, but at the same time, I don't want to be like very like blue. I might change the shirt for the final shot. I don't know. Maybe something to go with my hair. Something nice that will go with my hair. So like reds, browns, blacks, maybe a bit of purple, a splash of yellow. Okay, what I'm going to do first is, what is this brush? I'm going to go in with a JS8 brush. It looks like this. Wonderful. Yay, it's super fluff. I'm going to dip into shade. I think I'm going to dip into shade Code James, which is this one right here. This like orangey brown, this warm orangey brown toned color. So we're just going to dippy in there. So we're just going to take this, we're going to pat it into the crease and then sweep it out. And then just windshield wiper motion that. And just kind of circular motion right near the brow. You want it to be more fluffy on the outside here. Higher up there, and then kind of more into this area here, right at the very front of your brow. And then go back into a windshield motion. Perfect. I'm going to replicate that onto the other side now. And then you'll have something that kind of looks like that. So using the same brush, I'm actually going to go into, shade Mary right here, and we're just going to use that just to deepen that crease a little bit. Tap off, and we're just gonna, oh, I got some skip on me. Just gonna immediately go into the crease a little lower down, and just immediately go into a wiper motion, and then slight circular motion near the front of the eye, and then back into a wiper motion. Dipping back into Mary again. Replicate it onto the other eye. Then you have something that looks like that. Wonderful. Okay, so we're done with that one. So next what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a smaller, fluffier brush like this one here, the M456 brush. We're going to dip into shade Benny. I remember some of them. Shade Benny, which is this one right here. It's a nice dark chocolate brown. I'm just going to dip into there, tap off, and this is just going to go tap motion into kind of like a V shape on the outer edge. Again, slightly lower down, so you still get both of the colors of the two browns that you used before. So in the Mary and the Code James. And you're not going to cover a lot of your lid with this. Just literally the outer V portion. And just small circular motions. Actually, you know what? I'm going to get a perfectly clean brush. An M433 brush. And I'm just going to circular motion that around the edge just to kind of diffuse it and make it more smoky, fluffy, if you will. I'm going to go back in with the JS8 brush into shade Code James just to really fluff up that corner there and just blend out that Benny at the end. Kind of like that. On to the other eye now. Okay. Now you're probably being like, what the hell are you doing to your eyes? I'm working, bitch. Okay? It will come together. Trust. Alright, I'm going to take an M166 brush right now. And we're going to go into shade You're Kidding, which is this bright red one right here. Just dabby, 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 all of that. And we're just going to literally pat this on the lid. Until you're about halfway, right up into that crease. Making sure it connects to that Benny color. And then you're going to take that M456 brush again that you used Benny on before. You're just going to swirl it. You're going to swirl along that edge of You're Kidding and Benny. And then get a nice dense fluffy brush like this. No, not that one. Like this one, a JS12. Dip into You're Kidding as well, just ever so lightly. Tap it off and swirl that in between. And then you have something that looks kind of like that. It's fun. It's fun, right? Alright, replicating on the other eye. You know the drill. Next, I'm going to get a JS11 brush. I'm going to dip into Literally, which is right beside You're Kidding. This is going to go basically on the remaining portion of the lid, except for the extreme inner corner, because that will be for something different. I'm actually just going to go on with my finger. So we're just going to swirl in there. And we're just going to drag it on. And then whatever you have left on your JS12 brush from when you used You're Kidding, you're just going to go in and merge Literally and You're Kidding together. You'd want to do the new color that you're putting on into the previous color. So in this case, I'm swirling from Literally into You're Kidding. And then this way, I'm going the opposite way. Some people might do it the other way. I like to do it this way. I find it blends nicer. I'm now going to go into... Where did you go? I just had you, you person. Hello? Is that you? Aha. JS13 brush. I'm going to go in with So Good, which is this goldish color here. And we'll see how that turns out. This is a very dense brush though, so it should be relatively well. You're just going to place this in the inner corner. And I'm just going to use a bit of Ring Light, which is the one beside it, just to enhance it a little bit more. I'm going to now go in with the same brush and dip into Face, which is this bottom one, this big one right here. And I'm going to connect that to what I just put on, just on the lower lash line here, about a quarter of the way. On an M431 brush, I'm going to go in with B. B is this bright yellow down here, because I really want just like a splash of color. That's going to go next to Face that I just put down. I'm going to bring that really close to the eye, right in that lash line. And that's going to be most of the way. Just making sure that you're leaving some room for Jesus. Right at the end there. Going into Benny, using the same brush. That's going to go there. We're going to take an M456 brush. We're going to go into Code James again. We're just going to smoke out all along that bottom area of all that color that we just put on. And just stopping right before you get to that shimmery face shade. That's a fun look. Very neutral. Like, look at this. Ah! Look at that. That's a fun-ass look. I approve this message. Next, we're just going to do eyeliner, mascara, And then we'll get to the lips. So I'm going to just do the rest of the eyes off camera. I'll be right back. Okay, yes, I'm sitting a little weird now because everything's falling. So, just to catch you up on the speed, I put on, in the waterline, I used my e.l.f. retractable no budge liner in shade black. And then I went in with the H2O proof eyeliner pen, also by e.l.f. along the top. And to set that, I actually ended up going into the James palette using this one here, which is a JS7 brush. I just used the angle brush and I went into shade Spooky, the black one there, just to really set it in place quickly because that is a slow drying ink that they use. Lashes, I used the CoverGirl Flourish by Lash Blast with avocado oil in shade Very Black. So that's this one. And then on top of that, I actually put the Benefit Roller Lash. Last but not least, it's time to go in with the lippies. I'm going to go in with the lip liner by Jeffree Star in shade Androgyny first. Then I'm going to go into shade Celebrity Skin, also by Jeffree Star. And that's just going to go all over the lippies. And then to finish it all off, I'm going to go in with the Wet n Wild Color Icon Lip Gloss in shade Gemini. And finally, to finish everything off, some Jeffree Star setting spray in Starberry. All right, and that's it. This is my final look, all complete. I'm actually extremely happy with how this turned out. This is fun. It's natural, but it's like business. Like, I'm a boss-ass bitch, you do what I say type of look. All I know is that this turned out really well. I'm a boss-ass bitch, you do what I say. If you enjoyed this look, please give it a like. If you think that you can follow along with this tutorial that I literally came up with on the spot, give it a like, comment down below. I would love to see you guys tag me on Instagram or on Twitter, you creating or you replicating this look. I think it would be fun, especially for people who actually know what they're doing. I really want to see what, like, your interpretation of this could look like. So please tag me on Instagram, tag me on Twitter, comment in the comments letting me know what you think about this look. I have more videos coming. Working all the time. Even when I'm not working, I'm working. Make sure you subscribe to my channel because I put new videos out on a pretty consistent basis lately. And hit the notification bell so you know when I put a new video out. I will see you on the next one. Bye, friendships.